The super full moon in Sagittarius. Time to take a deep breath and jump. Hello beautiful people. Life can be a challenge, but at least we have each other. Now this super moon is going to be extremely unique in terms of what it has to offer, truly bringing one-of-a-kind opportunities your way. So the first part of this video, I'm going to go over the 3 things everyone should know about this super full moon. Then I will go over how it will affect your individual sign, and all I ask in return is that you give that like button a little tap. A baby tap. Okay, no more wasting time. Let's go. Now this super full moon in Sagittarius takes place on Tuesday, June 14th at 11:52 a.m. Universal Time, which would be 4:52 a.m. if you're on Pacific Time, 7:52 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, this will be at 5:52 p.m. if you are in Sydney, Australia, and 9:52 a.m. on the same day in Johannesburg, South Africa. So let's jump right into the 3 things you need to know in order to make the most of this energetic opening. Number 1, this full moon carries the powerful manifesting energy of the number 5 and the magical tarot energy of the Temperance card. The number 5 in numerology is the master of change, bringing that understanding that sometimes the best way to achieve your goals is by releasing control and allowing the rhythm of the universe to guide you, demonstrating how going with the flow, adapting to different environments and social situations can be the key to unlocking your truest potential. So when you see that number 5, let it be a reminder that it's not your job to control everything in your life. On your path of manifesting, if things aren't going your way, it's about trusting the process and adapting to the given circumstances and knowing that there is more than one path to your destination. The Temperance card brings the message that our greatest wisdom lies in the art of balancing. Even when taking risks and living life to the fullest, all living things thrive when they are in balance. So going from one extreme to another will take you off course. The more you can implement the discipline of balance in your life, the more capable you will be at reaching your highest potential. Number 2, this full moon will be in the opposing sign of Mercury, but will form very positive aspects with Jupiter in Aries and Saturn, which will be retrograde in Aquarius. When the full moon is in the opposing sign of Mercury, the planet of communication, this can lend to overanalyzing and allowing your thoughts to heavily influence your emotions. So it is so important to remind yourself that during this full moon energy to think big picture. Don't be mentally or emotionally distracted by issues that do not relate to your priorities. The positive relationship this full moon will form with Jupiter, the planet of expansion and prosperity in Aries, will bring a very positive flow to your relationships, bringing you the opportunity to connect to someone that can be very influential in terms of helping you achieve your goals. And when it comes to your intimate relationships, this cosmic connection is showing you that your relationships will benefit now more than ever from you being open and you being direct and honest with your true feelings. And the relationship this full moon creates with Saturn, the planet of karma, which will be retrograde, is letting you know that the more you share your time, your love, and your attention with those that you care about, the more you will receive that energy in return when it comes to what you manifest and how quickly these things materialize. Number 3, this full moon in Sagittarius is a super strawberry moon, which brings a major spiritual opening for love, for luck, and for abundance. Now this is a moon phase that if you've been searching for a soulmate, it is very possible for them to be coming into your life during this time. Or it could also bring about the realization that the person that you're in a relationship with is the one. It's also possible that if you're in a relationship, you may realize that this person is not the one, but you will have the strength to embrace the necessary endings so you can make space for the person that you truly deserve to come into your life. And aside from love, this is also a major energetic opening to transform your relationship with material wealth and remove any blocks you may have been facing when it comes to you and money, transforming lack to certainty and fear to good fortune. Now the effects of this super full moon will be especially strong in terms of emotional waves and also with major possibilities for manifesting and positive change for those of you that have a moon in Aries, in Leo, or in Sagittarius. It will also be positive for those of you that have a moon in Libra and Aquarius. It will be a positive opportunity for manifesting, but it may cause some serious emotional waves in terms of really high highs and really low lows, and potential challenges in your relationships, especially those of a romantic nature if your moon is in Gemini. And it will be a balancing energy with major transformative manifesting properties for those of you with a moon in Taurus, Cancer, Capricorn, and Scorpio. And you will have the potential for manifesting and positive change, yes, but this may also bring up some possible conflict, especially in your romantic relationships for those of you with a moon in Pisces or Virgo. Now let's jump right into what this super full moon in Sagittarius will mean for your individual sign. Okay, my powerful Aries, this full moon in Sagittarius will be in your 9th house. So Aries, just know that this full moon may bring up some intense feelings for you that have you asking yourself, where are you going in life? You are very goal-oriented and you love the idea of constantly improving, which is a beautiful trait to have. So just know that when those feelings do come up, they are there to assist you in expanding your vision. So if during the 2 weeks of the full moon energy, which is June 14th to June 28th, if an opportunity comes up to travel or to start a new course of study in order to either hone a skill that you already have or just pick up a new skill, just know that taking that opportunity has a very high probability of assisting you in terms of leveling up in your life and creating future opportunities. Also know that full moons are all about release. So for you, this is really a time where you're meant to ask yourself, if you've been wanting a big change, are you willing to start the process of making that happen now? Or are you going to release that idea and stay right where you are? Or will you release the fear and indecision and just go for it? The thing is, Aries, this is a very crucial time of year for you where you're meant to bring awareness to whether or not you have been focusing on the wrong things. If there's a relationship that has been challenging in your life, is there the possibility for resolution there? If so, then resolve it and move forward. But if there isn't, then it's time to release it and then also move forward. This full moon's theme for you is expansion. It's go time for you, Aries. Time to expand your mind and have new experiences and be on the lookout for a connection with someone from a different culture or a different background than you that can have a very positive influence in your life. Also, if there's some sort of legal issue in your life right now, just know that this is going to come to a head and you will get clarity on how to move forward during this full moon energy. So overall, Aries, this is a big one for you. Just embrace the energy and be excited about it. Don't resist anything that's happening. Just do your best in the moment and make sure expansion is your theme. And happy full moon. Okay, my powerful Taurus, this full moon in Sagittarius for you will be in your 8th house. So there are 2 main areas of your life that come into focus during this time, Taurus: sex and money. So if you start to have feelings come up around your sex life and your financial world, then don't be surprised. Just know these feelings are coming up so you can address any concerns that you may have. Release any of the thought patterns or behaviors that you have that may be causing stagnation or blocks in these 2 areas so you can facilitate major change and transformation for the better. If there's some relationship in your life where you feel like the energetic balance of give and take is off, whether you're the one who's giving more than you're receiving or vice versa, it is time to let go of the fear or the narrative around the situation and address the issue. Know your worth and behave accordingly. No more holding off, Taurus. Remember, everything is energy. And if you want the energy to shift in one way or another in your life, it all begins with you and how you are addressing that area of your life. This is a great time to pay off debt if possible, set some financial goals for yourself, and when it comes to your world of romance and sex, if you're finding dissatisfaction in that area, take a long, honest look at how you truly feel about yourself. Do you feel physically and emotionally confident, or are you not quite where you want to be in life in that area? This isn't to get down on yourself, but it's to realize that if you embrace these areas of your life that you want to change and begin to give energy to changing them, then the way you feel about yourself will begin to transform, and then the universe will reflect that back to you when it comes to the people and experiences that you attract to yourself. This full moon in Sagittarius for you, Taurus, is all about shedding the definition that you have in your mind about how life treats you and embracing the idea that if you treat yourself better by doing the things that you know improve how you see yourself, life will follow suit and you will manifest the reality that you know deep down inside you deserve. Now, the 8th house is always an intense one when it comes to full moons, Taurus. It only happens once a year, and this is your time for major positive change. I'm excited for you because I know as a Taurus, when you set your mind to something, you are absolutely unstoppable. So now is that time to set your mind to it, Taurus. So embrace that idea and happy full moon. Okay, my powerful Geminis, this full moon in Sagittarius is going to be in your 7th house. Now, that new moon in Gemini was an excellent time because it was a time where you got to focus on yourself and reinvigorate your personal energy, Gemini. Well, this 7th house transit is going to bring the focus to your outer world and the relationships that you have in it. So Geminis, if there is a professional relationship that you've been on the fence about in terms of if it is something that's going to continue or if it's something that you should release, be ready to have some clarity when it comes to that situation. When it comes to your personal relationships, whether it be family, friends, or even your romantic relationship, be ready for you to feel like those relationships are really requiring extra energy from you. And just know that this is an opportunity for you to communicate your needs and be open to listening to the needs of the people in your life. So that way you can establish a healthy balance in this area. As a Gemini, you tend to take on a lot in your life, and it's because you are very capable of getting things done. But when you spread yourself too thin, some area of your life is going to suffer. You can't be in more than one place at a time, and there are only 24 hours in a day. So it is very important for you to start to structure your life in a way where you decide what your priorities are and then manage your time and your energy accordingly. Having the conversations with the necessary people that you love and letting them know when you're able to give energy to those relationships and when you need them to be more understanding and give you the space to tend to the things that you need to tend to without them taking it personally. But conversations have to be had to get these things out in the open, so that way these people that you love can let you know what they also need from you, and you can make sure that you both compromise and you get to a space where everyone is getting their needs met, but you are also able to tend to your independent life as well. So Geminis, this full moon in Sagittarius is about the big picture and the opportunity to create a healthy, balanced structure in your life when it comes to relationships. This way, this area of your life can be a sense of support, a sense of strength, and enjoyment as you move forward through the rest of 2022. So embrace this opportunity and happy full moon. Okay, my powerful Cancerians, now this full moon for you will be in your 6th house. So this full moon is bringing the focus to your health and your world of career and work. So first, if there has been any health issue lingering for you, this full moon could very well bring the answers and the resolution that you've been looking for. This will require you tending to those issues though. If you know something has been brewing and bringing up concern for you, don't avoid the situation. Just go get things checked out and move forward with the information that you're given. If there hasn't been anything going on health-wise, that's fantastic. This full moon is just a good time to check in with yourself and make sure that you are satisfied with the routines that you do have for yourself when it comes to your physical health, your emotional health, and your mental health. This is the time to give that area a reboot, so that way you're working at optimum power for the remainder of 2022. Now, when it comes to your career goals, this is the one time of year when you can really get some clarity on your daily routines and how they play a part in your success or your lack of success in terms of being where you want to be. So Cancers, look for a situation to come up where you can really get some clarity on where you are in terms of your goals and what you can do in terms of implementing a new daily activity that you know will support your progress and forward movement. And it doesn't always have to be some physical action or some habit that you have to create physically. It can have so much to do with you deciding on a daily basis that you're not going to allow mental distractions to get in the way of your confidence or your progress. If you find yourself entertaining ideas that you know change your emotional disposition, then don't give those thoughts any more of your energy. On a daily basis, start to practice bringing yourself back to the present moment each and every time you find your thoughts drifting to a line of thinking that you know is not good for you. When you are focused and feeling good, you are 100% unstoppable. But when you are distracted by something that makes you angry or upset, you are 100% stoppable because your energy is going to be in the wrong place and on doing the wrong things. So this full moon is a chance for you to really begin the daily practice of rewiring your thought patterns. This way you are supporting the way of thinking that manifests the success that you really want in all areas of your life. Just know that it is a daily practice and it is all about catching yourself and refocusing, and then catching yourself and refocusing. Challenge yourself to practice that every day for the 2 weeks of the full moon energy from June 14th to June 28th. And at the end of that process, see how you feel and continue from there based on whether it was working for you or not. But I have full confidence that you are going to be pleasantly surprised at what a big change this will make in your life. You got this, Cancers, and happy full moon. Okay, my powerful Leos, this full moon in Sagittarius is going to be in your 5th house. Okay, Leos, this is a big energy for you. The 5th house covers many areas of your life. First, if you're in a relationship, this 5th house transit will bring a big wave of clarity where you will feel, yes, this is the relationship for you, or no, it is time to let it go. Either way, you are going to feel great about the decision that you make, and you will be able to move forward with confidence and conviction. Now, if by chance you are a parent, be ready ready for your kids to need a lot of your attention during this time, so just make sure that you're balancing your energy as much as possible so you don't get depleted in the process. Now, overall though, this energy can bring a majorly positive boost to your creativity and your ability to deliver when it comes to putting your ideas into action. You're meant to check in with yourself, Leo, and ask yourself, are you enjoying your life? You are a very capable individual and you focus on getting things done, and that is a great trait to have. But you have to make sure that you're enjoying the process. This full moon is urging you to make some time for yourself, to let go and just have some fun. Not only will that serve to reinvigorate your energetic flow, but it will also open the floodgates of clarity, bringing you vision on exactly what your next steps should be when it comes to your goals and how you intend to go about achieving those goals. You may have felt frustrated the last few weeks or even months, and you deserve a break, Leos. So now is the time to take a mini vacation for yourself. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to book a trip or spend a bunch of money or travel. It just means that you are giving yourself the permission to focus on having a good time. Now, don't be surprised if the moment that you decide to do this, some friends start reaching out to you needing your help or your support in some way. This is an opportunity for you to set healthy boundaries. By that I mean, yes, when your friend needs you, of course you're going to be there for them. That's the type of person that you are. However, there is a difference between someone truly needing you for something that they just can't do for themselves and them needing you for something that they could absolutely do for themselves, but they just don't want to because when they have you around, it's a lot easier. This is a time to put yourself first, Leos, in terms of balancing your energy and making sure you are moving forward, yes, but that you're also enjoying the process and taking care of you along the way. This is an important transit for you, Leos, so embrace it. Make those necessary adjustments, enjoy the process, and happy full moon. Okay, my powerful Virgos. Now, this full moon in Sagittarius for you will be in your 4th house. So Virgos, be ready for some emotions to come up and some realizations to take place when it comes to your living situation and the relationship that you have with certain family members. This is a time where the sun and moon are actually urging you to find a balance between your outer needs and the work that it takes to achieve your goals and your inner needs, making sure that you have a home base and foundation that really brings you the support that you need. You are a very self-sufficient person, which is a beautiful thing, Virgos, and you're pretty good at keeping your emotions in a space where they don't override your good judgment. However, sometimes it is easy to miss how important your surroundings and your support group are. So if an issue comes up during the 2 weeks that the full moon energy will be strongest, which is from June 14th through June 28th, if some situation comes up with your home or your family, just know it is an opportunity to bring light to any issue that may be causing you stress or inner turmoil that you may have been missing because you've been so focused on other things. Now, when this does come up, be excited because it means that if you take the time to tend to this issue and bring resolution, then you can very well find yourself having a major breakthrough in your life when it does come to your goals. Remember, everything is energy, and whether we know it or not, all parts of our lives have an effect directly or indirectly on each other. They work as a whole. So making sure that this part of your life serves as a place of love, a place of foundation and security can really boost your confidence and your clarity, and it will lend to you and your manifesting powers getting a major upswing. Even if the issue that comes up is with one of those family members that you feel like is predictable and the issue or the connection with them is just pretty much what it is with no hope because you know that they're not going to change, well, this is an opportunity, Virgos, to recognize that sometimes changing the dynamic with someone else isn't necessarily about them changing, but about you changing how you see the situation and how you approach the situation and how you see them, because simply based on that change that you make, the result will also change. It doesn't mean that that person's gonna change, but the result will, because the part that you're playing in the equation is different. So this is going to be an excellent opportunity for you Virgos out there to really reinvigorate your foundation. Also, remember, it doesn't always have to be with family or with your physical home. This could also mean that your inner spiritual home is the area that would like some attention. So just remain open to being shown how you can love yourself more and give more energy to your home foundation, whether it be with a family member, whether it be your inner world or your actual physical home. So take that information, apply the necessary actions for transformation, and watch the magic begin. And happy full moon, Virgos. Okay, my powerful Libras, this full moon in Sagittarius is going to be in your third house. So Libras, be ready for some feelings to come up that relate to either your siblings or a neighbor. Now, no need to worry. This doesn't mean that some negative issue is going to come up. It more so means that you are going to have an opportunity to express your truth with the situation relating to this area of your life. And because you will embrace that challenge, there will be a positive outcome. I say challenge because as a Libra, you don't like anything that even resembles conflict. So if it is avoidable, you will absolutely avoid it. This is why much of the time you will keep your thoughts to yourself. Well, this full moon in Sagittarius is giving you the opportunity to transform that energy, to start seeing speaking your truth as a path to peace and a path to freedom, as opposed to a spark to conflict. You may have had an upbringing where there was conflict in your home, and if so, you will have an even deeper mental connection to the idea that keeping your thoughts to yourself will keep you safe. However, part of your soul's journey is recognizing that loving yourself means feeling safe enough to express your thoughts and express your truth without fear, while realizing that the environment that you were brought up in may have given you a false impression of what life is actually like. And now is your opportunity to reprogram your belief system and understanding of how you decide to navigate your life. The more freedom you feel for you, Libra, the happier you are and the more confident you are. So keep your eyes open and your consciousness aware for an opportunity to really just speak your mind and speak your truth and address any issue that comes up. Remind yourself that even if it's an issue that is unpleasant, you are expressing yourself with the intention to bring resolution. And the only way to get that resolution is for you to play an active role in bringing the situation to light. The more you do this, the more you will strengthen your belief that opening up is actually the best thing for you when it comes to creating a life that is fulfilling and enjoyable. And also, the more you do it, the more you will strengthen that muscle to be able to. So this full moon in Sagittarius can be a huge transformation for you Libras out there. So embrace it, be excited about it, and happy full moon, Libras. Okay, my powerful Scorpios. Now this full moon in Sagittarius is going to be in your second house. So Scorpios, be ready for some intense emotions to come up for you when it comes to your world of financial security and your self-worth. Here's the thing, Scorpios. You pride yourselves on being independent, which is a beautiful thing, but you also tend to take on too much. Not to mention, you are also the type of person who has a very, very high standard when it comes to what you think is actually good enough. So without knowing it, you can unnecessarily be hard on yourself if you feel like you're not achieving the goals that you want to achieve. It starts to program your subconscious that you aren't worthy. Now on the outside, you would for sure say, of course I am worthy. And you are, and you know that you are. But if you have a lot of negative self-talk where you are hard on yourself, that plays a huge role in manifesting a reflection of that. So this full moon in Sagittarius is bringing you the opportunity to begin to transform that energy. When you catch yourself having negative self-speak, change that line of thinking. You are an honest person, so if you feel like you could have done better in some area, well, you embrace that and you take responsibility for it. And that is very admirable, but make sure that the next step is saying, okay, next time I know I will do better. Do not live in the space of wishing you would have done it differently or thinking to yourself that it was stupid or how could you have made that mistake. Once you start to restructure this and see yourself as capable and worthy and don't allow yourself to get stuck in the past at all, and most importantly, stay honest with yourself and own your mistakes, but don't spend unnecessary energy beating yourself up, then you're gonna see that the universe will begin to reflect that new sense of self-worth and self-love back to you by opening the energy for you to really start attracting to yourself what you truly deserve. And also check in with yourself and look at your relationship with money. Do you see people that want money or have a lot of money as greedy or as shallow? Or do you see money as energy like everything else and embrace the idea that the more of that energy you attract, the more you will be able to share, the more freedom that you will be able to have, and the more ability that you will have to affect change in whatever area that you want to affect change. This is going to be an exciting phase for you Scorpios out there, where you will really start to see your relationship with what you deserve, especially when it comes to your financial abundance. You're gonna start to see this in a whole new light, opening the door for a new phase of manifesting that can really change the game for you. So embrace it, enjoy it, and happy full moon. Okay, my powerful Sagittarians out there, here we go. A full moon in your first house. And it is right on time, Sagittarius. I know Gemini season, because it's in your polar opposite sign, can be a bit challenging for you, but you can at least rest assured that the 2-week energy of the full moon from June 14th to June 28th can be just the energetic support and the energetic boost that you need to get that Sagittarius power of yours burning at full throttle. Initially, when this energy comes around, you can expect an emotional wave of you starting to feel like, wait a minute, what am I doing with my life? And you will be ready to remind yourself of who you are, what you desire, and what you are capable of, and you will hit the ground running. This may also be ignited by some new opportunity or experience that has just come into your life that may initially feel like a major undertaking, but it will actually be the beginning of a very lucrative phase for you, Sagittarius. Don't forget, Jupiter is in Aries, which is fueling a phase of good luck for you Sagittarius out there, especially if you have a natal Jupiter in any of the 3 fire signs. Now, this is a time where you can feel perfectly justified in looking out for you. The new moon in Gemini was all about you giving energy to your external world and relationships, and there's always a time and place for that because everything has its season. But this full moon is reminding you that this is the season for you to now really look at your life and how you see yourself and establish what you want, establish what you need to let go of, who you need to forgive, and who and what you need to release. Make your decisions in those areas, take the necessary actions, and go. The beautiful thing about you, Sagittarius, is you do not live in the past. It's just easy during Gemini season to feel like you have lost a bit of your fire. Well, the full moon is that spark to ignite your confidence so you can really get into a flow from this point and moving forward into the remainder of 2022. I know this sounds cliche, but this is a phase for loving yourself. So make sure you are not carrying any dead weight. If there are relationships weighing you down, now is the time to give them the opportunity to grow with you or to get left behind. Make sure to communicate your needs and give the necessary information so people can show up for you, but just make sure that you're also showing up for yourself by making the choices that are in your soul's best interest. Remember, life is all about balance, and this full moon in Sagittarius is urging you to bring the balance back into your life. Now, it is possible that your life may be off balance because you've been behaving too selfishly and not giving enough to your outside relationships. Only you know the scenario, but it's my job to relay the information that this is a time for personal change and transformation, and this will be based on you taking an honest look at yourself and your life and identifying where there is lack, establishing the actions that need to be taken to balance that area, and go for it. This is going to be an exciting time for you, Sagittarius, so embrace it, and happy full moon. Okay, my powerful Capricorns, this full moon is going to be an intense one for you because it is in your 12th house. And the 12th house is the house of secrets, emotions, and the unseen parts of your life. So this is not one of those full moons where it's all about identifying your goals and taking action and hitting the ground running. For you Capricorns, it's about taking a bit of a break from the outside world and really tending to the inner you. Identifying any areas of your life where you need healing, where you need forgiveness, where you need any sort of release. Now, when I say forgiveness, it could be forgiving someone else or forgiving yourself. We tend to hold on to pain and bury it deep within and keep moving through life. Well, I'm here to tell you that if you bury it, it stays with you, and any emotion at some point needs to be released. I'm sure you've heard the phrase that emotions are energy in motion. Well, if you stop that motion, then there are consequences for that. So this full moon in Sagittarius is in the 12th house of self-undoing. So see this as a time for you to take the time to deconstruct who you are a bit, so you can look honestly at yourself and objectively and ask yourself, how can you love yourself more? How can you make better choices for yourself? How can you be more loving to other people? And most importantly, what have you been holding on to that you need to release? This way, by the next full moon, which will be in Capricorn, you will be feeling like a brand new you, ready to step into your power, feeling lighter, feeling more energetic, and feeling more optimistic and more powerful than you have ever felt, Capricorns. You only go through this type of full moon once every year. So take this opportunity. Make sure to meditate, make sure to pray, be silent, whatever your practice is that you know connects you to the deeper part of who you are. Make sure to take part in that practice. Don't let this time pass you by because you were too busy. Because basically that will be you saying to the universe that you're too busy for yourself. And if that's the case, the universe will know that you need to learn some lesson connected to loving yourself. And if the universe has to teach you a lesson, well, that means the circumstances will come about in your life that will attempt to force you to learn that lesson. So the way to avoid that happening is to follow the rhythm of the universe and use this 12th house full moon as a spiritual retreat and reboot for yourself. You will be so glad that you did, Capricorn, so embrace it, enjoy it, and happy full moon. Okay, my powerful Aquarians. Now this full moon in Sagittarius for you will be in your 11th house. So Aquarius, of all the signs, you might have the most exciting house transit for this full moon, and here's why. You know full moons are all about endings and resolutions. So when it comes to the resolutions part of this transit, it could mean that something that you've been working tirelessly to achieve will finally come to fruition during this time. So this is a very exciting time. Even if it doesn't fully manifest, it could still get a noticeably huge boost where you will at least feel like you are making some headway based on tangible, real evidence. Not to mention you are right at home in this house because each house has a corresponding ruling sign, and the ruler of the 11th house is Aquarius. And this taking place during Gemini season, which is in your 5th house, is all about creativity and fun. So Aquarius, this is really your time. I hope you can feel that energy. Now this is also about endings, so this could mean a relationship could be coming to an end. However, this too could be good news because it doesn't point to a relationship that is a good one and just ends out of nowhere. It's more pointing to someone in your life that you know is not good for you, and they only bring negative energy to your life, or the negative energy that they do bring far outweighs the positive energy. Well, it could very well mean that that relationship will be coming to a close. So is that really bad news? Due to the fact that this is the 11th house, it could also mean that a friendship or other relationship or dynamic that you have could be strengthened, resulting in an even deeper bond. Now, when it comes to your world of manifesting your goals, this 11th house transit could also bring to light the answers to any questions that you may have regarding why you feel blocked. So if you feel like you aren't in the flow and you feel like you're not achieving what it is that you know you're capable of, well, keep your eyes out for a situation that will bring to light the underlying issue. So if any conflict comes up in your life during this time, especially during the 2 weeks where the full moon energy is strongest, which is June 14th to June 28th, make sure to ask yourself, what part are you playing in creating and even supporting this conflict? This could help you identify exactly what you need to transform in order to break down any barriers and make some real moves. So again, more positive energy for you, Aquarius. So be excited for this full moon. It will bring an abundance of information, an abundance of good fortune and insight. So embrace it, and happy full moon, Aquarius. Okay, my powerful Pisces. Now this full moon in Sagittarius will be in your 10th house. So Pisces, be ready for some intense emotions to come up regarding your world of work and professional standing. If you have any unanswered questions regarding where you are going in this area, be ready to receive the answers. Also, if there has been any major issue going on at your job in terms of your relationship with coworkers, be ready for that to come to a head in order to resolve the situation and move forward. Just know that trying to avoid the situation will result in many more problems than it's actually worth, Pisces. So face the situation head on and trust that with effective communication and compromise, you can come out on the other side of this feeling better than ever. This could also bring about a situation where you are asked to take on a project of some sort that's bigger than what you're used to, but just know that this is coming into your life to show you how capable you actually are. If you're unemployed and you're looking for work, this could very well be the time where you find something that you're really excited about. And when I say the time, I'm referring to the 2 weeks where the full moon energy is the strongest, which would be between June 14th and June 28th. And if you do find a new job, you could very well have a starting date during the new moon in Cancer energy that begins on June 28th. Also know, Pisces, that a 10th house full moon transit is bringing you the opportunity to start to find a healthy balance between your work life and your home life. I know it can be very difficult when work requires a lot of your time and your energy, especially if you're the main breadwinner. But it's so important to remember to give energy to your family relationships because all of the puzzle pieces of life work together when it comes to your soul's journey. And remember that balance is the way that all living things thrive. So if you look at the full picture of your soul's path, you want to make sure that you thrive on that path by doing your best to keep all areas in balance. This is where you will find true fulfillment. Just know when it comes to your work situation, there may also need to be some forgiveness on your part, which I know isn't easy if someone has done you wrong. But remember, forgiveness doesn't mean that you're saying what the other person did was okay. It just means that you're saying you're accepting what happened and you are refusing to hold on to any negative energy connected to the situation. You will take the lessons that you learned, but you will also keep an open heart and you'll keep an open mind moving forward, because that is what is best for you and your well-being. Embracing these things can really lead to some major advancement in your world of career and making money, Pisces. So use this energetic opening to your advantage, and happy full moon. Okay, so there you have it. The top 3 things you need to know about this full moon in Sagittarius, along with some insight into how your sign can make the most of this full moon energy. I hope you all enjoyed the information. If you did, please don't forget the baby tap. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.